Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to the Life with Old Dogs podcast. It has been another minute since I've been on here recording, and you know what? I'm tired of apologizing for it, actually. Life just keeps happening. As many of you know, I went through a divorce last year. I bought a farm with my daughter and son-in-law. There was no home on it. I lived in a fifth wheel RV from, let's see, the end of last September 2025. And I finally moved into my house, which was a barn, my birthday, July 14th, 2026. And it's not complete yet. There's still odds and ends that need to be done. My backsplash needs to be grouted. My countertops need trim around the edge. I'm still waiting for the correct pantry that I ordered with my kitchen set. Doors need to be stained, et cetera, et cetera. There's always stuff to do. And that's just the inside. I'm still working on my outside wraparound porch. Just a ton of stuff. And in the meantime, I'm still running Woody's Place. So I have three official female German Shepherds here that are residents, my own personal German Shepherd, Sasha, 9 sanctuary cats. People, kind of forget about the cats, but they're here as well. Some are FIV positive, some just never got adopted, and it's all good. Then I also have my own farm animals, as many of you know from the videos. I have goats, chickens, and ducks, and they're all in the big barn right outside my back door to my house. So lots and lots of stuff going on. I don't know why my cheek is red right here, but it is. Lots of stuff going on. There's never a dull moment here. The Shepherd Shop has been on the back burner for quite some time. I'm still running Life with Old Dogs Media, so lots of stuff going on there. I also started a Substack for my own personal, well, just for me, really, and that is called Life Between Dog Walks. And there I talk about childhood trauma and abandonment that I personally experienced growing up and how that affected my relationships moving forward with other people and myself. As many of you know, I have been a trauma and grief informed counselor. So I decided I'm going to start sharing my own experiences, what it's like also starting over at 50 and finally creating the life that I want, and how all the animals come into play there and how they have helped shape my life. So if you want to check that out, I'll be sure to include the link in the show notes there. But keep in mind that's personal. That's just for me, Life Between Dog Walks. So if you think you're going there to hear about dogs all the time, you're not. You're going there to hear about me more personally on a personal level. So, all right. So what has been happening here? The build for the Woody's Place building, that's going to start here at the end of September. I'm going to push real hard this last month to continue to raise funds. I'm still going to be raising funds for it even after it gets started because, quite frankly, I don't have enough money to really complete it and include all the fine details that I want. But I have raised enough money to get the building going. Excuse me, get it all closed in, have walls, windows, all that stuff. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. I am not looking forward to another construction zone. I still have a construction zone out front here of my door, and I've been living in a construction zone for, just about a year now, and I'm really over that in a big way. But this is going to be worth it. Something I'm really looking forward to, something I've never had for Woody's Place, its own designated space and its own door into the building. This way, people, volunteers, board members, and whatnot, they don't have to come into my own house, which, I'll tell you what, I got tired of that. I got tired of that real fast because I'm like everyone else. I need space. I need time to unwind. And I never really get to unwind because I'm constantly inundated with animals. So the last thing I need is people walking in and out of my house when I get a minute to myself. So I am very, very excited for Woody's Place to have its own entrance. And this way, volunteers can be in the Woody's Place building. I don't have to be there, underfoot all the time. I can actually leave for a little bit and do whatever it is that I need to do. So I'm very, very excited about that. I'm in the process of looking for a framer right now. So if anyone knows anybody, let me know, please, because I haven't nailed down a framer yet. All right. So that's the Woody's Place building. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm hoping to have the gist of it completed by the end of this year. Again, the fine details might not be there, but most of it will be there by the end of this year. And I'm looking forward to being able to help more senior German Shepherds in need of a place to call home. I'm looking forward to more storage for the Woody's Place stuff. As many of you know, or maybe you don't know, the house that I lived at before moving here was a very, very large house, and it had an abundance of closets. I've never lived in a place that had so many closets, and every single closet space was Woody's Place stuff. Like I had like this much room for my own personal stuff in my own house. I don't want to do that again. I need a separation at this point. I've been doing Woody's Place unofficially since 2009, officially since 2011. And I am at the point now where I need a little bit of separation. Woody's Place stuff can stay in the Woody's Place building. And yeah, and I can have my closets back. I don't have many here. I literally have two closets here in my new house. And that was intentional, because I don't need a whole lot of space. So my place now is less than 1,000 square feet. It's 936 square feet, but it's got 12-foot ceiling, so yay, it makes it feel bigger. Okay, so that's Woody's Place. I am going to be hosting Canines in the Country again in 2027. It's going to be at the tail end of 2027. It's going to be late spring. I'm sorry, listen to me. Late September, possibly the third week of September, and it's going to be right here at the farm. Not renting any place out. It's going to be right here at the farm. 17 acres, we can do it, no problem. And I am so excited. So I'm going to start knocking on people's doors for volunteers here very shortly, and vendors. So if you want to be a volunteer, you want to be a vendor here for Canines in the Country, again, I'm looking at the third week of September 2027. Let me know. Okay. Send me a direct message. You can email me, wpsgss@gmail.com. Let me know, and we'll get you set up, because there's a lot of planning and a lot of prepping that takes place before Canines in the Country. It's not, you volunteer and you just show up that day. This is like months of preparation before we actually get to that day. So I am really looking forward to it, because I started Canines in the Country, oh gosh, I want to say like 8 years ago now, 7, 8 years ago now. And there always seemed to be something every year. And I'm not looking for perfection, but there was an issue with the host that was allowing us to have it at their farm. It was always like, it always had to be, smack dab in the middle of summer when it was blistering hot and people were literally dropping from heat exhaustion, or the weather didn't cooperate. And then unfortunately, I put it on the back burner after, having issues getting it going and the weather cooperating. And and then unfortunately, I had an event coordinator. I hired an event coordinator to come on, because our original event coordinator, she was having a hard time keeping up with things. So I hired someone. I went through this process of finding an event coordinator, hiring someone that I thought was absolutely perfect. And basically, what she did was she came on board. She learned how we did things. She went and she started her own organization, and she literally stole all of our events, including Canines in the Country, went to the place I was hosting it, the week I was hosting it, and called it something different, and literally walked around and took all the vendors. Ouch. That really hurt. And I was at that point, I was just having a lot of trouble in my marriage, and I just thought, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I just don't want to do this anymore. I just felt really, really taken advantage of over that, and it really hurt the bottom line for Woody's Place. So I just pulled back, took some time for myself, figured out where I was going with my life and what I needed to do for myself and still run the sanctuary. And I just pared way back. So that's where I've kind of been at. And now I finally feel like, okay, I'm not in the fifth wheel RV in the middle of the worst winter of northeastern PA since 2018 with four dogs and a bunch of cats. I'm finally in my house. It's like 98% completed. I feel like I have a sense of normalcy again, and I feel like I can finally start welcoming volunteers back and bringing in new volunteers to help elevate Woody's Place to the next level. So that's the plan. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the dogs that are here. I have who do I have? Let's mix Miss Maggie right back there. My Sasha's over here, and Honey and Sashi are over here on their beds sleeping. Honey has been with us for a little over 2 years now. She came here when she was about 10 years old. She was a stray in a suburb of Scranton. Somebody had been seeing her on their Ring camera and finally was able to catch her and then brought her to Woody's Place. I'm not really sure I believe that story, but it is what it is. She's been here for 2.5 years now. She's great. She definitely is she can be an escape artist. She will go and hide places, and I don't know where she is, and I have to keep a close eye on her. She is also fearful. So it's not like I can go out, screaming my head off, honey, honey, where are you? Like I have to be delicate about it. Or if I panic, it actually, she retracts more. So Honey is a love, and she's fantastic and she's great. That's a little bit, challenging with her. I really have to keep an eye on Honey. Sashi has been with us. It'll be 2 years this December. She's about 12 now, as is Honey. Sashi's person passed away. So she came here December 2023. Her person passed away, I believe, in July that year, and her person loved her very, very much. Sashi sustained a back injury before she came here. They had extensive testing done on her to see if it could be rectified. It cannot. There was a 5% correction rate, and they opted not to have the surgery, which was thousands of dollars. So that rendered Sashi incontinent. She is urinary and fecal incontinent. As many of you know, she wears diapers. So I'm constantly washing her reusable diapers and pads. At night, I have a disposable diaper and her a reusable diaper on top because, she'll soak through. I have pads everywhere, reusable dog pads everywhere because of her, because she'll, it happens. She's such a great girl, though. Back end gets cleaned regularly throughout the day. She stands perfectly still. I shave her back end, not like to the skin, but short, because I don't want her to I don't want to shave it bald because I don't want her to get urine scald, but the urine does stick to the hair, even though I clean her and dry her regularly with a professional grooming tool. She smells. She definitely smells regularly. So she's as long as I keep her shaved, not to the skin, again, it cuts down on that urine smell. She is just such a doll. She really is. She's a little bit of a challenge with the cats. So her previous owner passed away. Her sister took her, but her sister couldn't care for Sashi for everything that she needed. So the sister thought that Sashi was good with cats. She's okay with cats. Sashi definitely will go after a cat here at the sanctuary. So I have to keep a close eye on that. But the cats know now to avoid her, especially since we were in that RV together, all of us in close quarters, the cats know her and they know to avoid her. So that works out pretty well. Now, Maggie's been here less than 2 months. Maggie was also a stray down in Philadelphia. She was found in Magnolia Cemetery in Philadelphia. No one came forward to claim her. She was extremely fearful when she got here. And I can see how she was a stray because she will run away on a dime and she doesn't listen. She's getting better at recall. So when she came here, this shelter that she came from named her Magnolia. I call her Maggie, and she didn't know who Maggie was. Like, if she was kind of trying to take off and I'm yelling Maggie, she doesn't know. She's like, who the hell's Maggie? I don't know. Maggie means nothing to me. So I kept her on a leash. And of course, I got comments on social media. Gotta love social media. Why is she on a leash? Everybody else is off a leash. Why does she have to stay on a leash? Yada, yada, yada. Do this, try that. You don't have to do this. You don't have to. It's like, oh my gosh. Okay. I'm not new to this. I don't mean to sound like a know it all. I'm not a know it all. I have been doing dog rescue for 26 years and I've had dogs my whole life. I think I know a thing or two about dogs at this point, particularly German Shepherds. She was on a leash because she didn't know her name and had no recall. And she's a runner. And we're not fenced in here. I mean, I have fenced in dog yards, but when we're out walking the farm, it's 17 acres. It's not fenced in. I err on the side of caution. So I have worked with Maggie. We have been out numerous times throughout the day walking, and she is finally off leash. If you see the videos on social media, you will see she is finally off leash. She pretty much stays right next to me. Sometimes she wanders off, and if she does, I can see her. It's not like she's running away. I can see her, but then I will put her back on the leash again and she has to walk. So we are building trust through routine and familiarity. And hopefully at some point I'll be able to be outside going, in my garden, working in my garden, and she can just lay right there beside me. We are not there just yet. I think by next summer we will be, but we are not there just yet. So erring on the side of caution. The other thing about Maggie is I didn't know if she was spayed or not. She's about 8 years old. I didn't know. There was no, we couldn't see an incision. There's no tattoo, nothing like that. But she did go into heat. It's about 10 days now. She's been in heat and she's been a little bit of a challenge with the other dogs. She's been, I guess, emotional, irritable, and she's gotten into two tiffs with Honey and Sashi. Nothing major, absolutely nothing major. As soon as I correct her, she responds. So she's very, very good about that. But she's touchy. She's touchy right now, and she's irritable. Ironically, I had an appointment last Wednesday to get her checked out to see if she was spayed, and then she went into heat. So I don't have to do that now. I know she's not spayed, and now she is going to get spayed in October. So I believe it's right around the 10th of October. I have to wait 8 weeks now because she will remain, swollen inside. It's easier to bleed during surgery if they, have just recently gone through heat. So I need to wait for everything to calm down in her reproductive system in order to get her spayed. So that'll be right around 8 weeks from when she went into heat, started to go into heat, and that'll be right around October. So I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, she's a good girl. She loves riding in the Woody's Place van. It took her a minute. She was not sure about getting in that van. She didn't know where we were going. She didn't know what we were doing. And then when she started to recognize the other residents getting very excited and running toward the van and jumping in, she recognized it then as a good thing. So she absolutely loves driving around Wayne County here, Wayne County, Pennsylvania, on the country roads with the windows down, breathing in the fresh air, listening to music. And we do that daily, just about. So she now recognizes that that's a good thing. Her diet is very good. Her weight is very good. It took her a minute to get used to the food that I cook. I predominantly, since I've left my other place, have been doing high quality kibble with home cooked on top, or like a dehydrated food on top, such as dogma. Dogma is a good one. I like that. And it took her a minute to get adjusted to the food that we use here. And now she's great. Her poops are great. Everything looks great. Her coat looks great. She's doing very, very well. So yeah, that's it with the residents. As far as the cats go, again, there's 9 cats here. Several are FIV positive. They have found their way here through different means, and that's all good too. I built a catio over the weekend, 2 catios actually, and put them together, and then they can go in and out one of the windows here. and go right out to their patio, and they're loving it. They're absolutely loving it, and I'm happy for them because they need mental stimulation as well. They're inside because we have coyote here and things that can literally eat them. So I don't want them just out running around. Once the Woody's Place building is complete, I plan on having something for the cats out there as well, elevated. So it's not on the ground, but elevated like a platform kind of up on the second story so they can, get outside time there and more enrichment as well. So, yeah, Woody's Place Senior German Shepherd Sanctuary has expanded to include rescue cats as well. FIV, primarily FIV cats as well, or cats that just haven't gotten adopted. So, anyway, all right. I feel like this has gone on long enough. I just wanted to check in, let you know what's going on here. Things are certainly settling down in my world. I plan on doing more podcasts soon and hopefully getting the Shepherd Shop back up and running as soon as next year. The reason I say that is because it's going to be the Shepherd Shop in my office. I have another building out here, and while the construction was going on here in my house, the electric was cut to that building, and still trying to get that straightened out. There was electric. There hasn't been for months now, and I'm still trying to get that straightened out so that building can be complete as well. But Woody's Place building is first. That's on the agenda first. So, all right, folks. It was great checking in with you. Until next time, be well and give your pup a kiss for me.